I was calling out your name, put my eyes on the wall. You were running like a ghost from me. You were running from it all. You got me waiting, I'm on fire.
Hey guys, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel.
Hey guys, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel. This week is actually a collab with
Brianna Renee.
And on my channel, we are doing DIY edible school supplies, and
On my channel, I'm doing DIY makeup school supplies.
these videos were honestly so much fun to make, so we hope that you enjoyed them. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to do so because I have a super awesome giveaway going on right now that I will show a picture of. And if you aren't subscribed to Brie, you should definitely do that. I'm sure you guys already know who she is because she's super awesome.
Oh.
But anyway, let's just get on in with the video.
Woo.
For this first one, you will need 2 tape dispensers, as well as a Hubba Bubba bubble tape and some sour strips. So you are going to start by taking out the tape that is inside the dispenser, and then once you have both of those taken out, then you can start by opening up the Hubba Bubba packaging. So you're going to take the gum out and then basically lay it over top of the tape dispenser and then push it down, and then the middle section that starts to poof up is basically what you are going to take out of the gum so that it will fit in the tape dispenser. And you may have to take a little bit extra, but you're just going to do that until it fits. And then moving on to the sour strips. So I just started off by pushing the strips together to basically make one long strip, just so that it would be able to go around the tape dispenser easier. And you're just going to try to wrap it around as tight as you can. After that, you are all finished. This gum is so good. Do you want a piece of this really cool gum?
I got something better.
What is that?
Sour belts.
To start this one off, you will need some candy melts, and I'm using pink, purple, and blue, and then green, yellow, and red. You will also need some sandwich baggies as well as medium-sized straws. And last but not least, a package of crayons. So I'm just using 1/3 of a cup of candy melts, and then you're going to want to start by melting that in 20-second intervals, and then once it's melted, you can fill it into the baggie. Once you have it all in the bag, then you can close it, and you're going to want to push everything to one corner. After it's all in the corner, you're going to want to make a little tiny cut. You then can take your straw, and then you're just going to squeeze the mixture into the straw. After I was done putting the mixture in the straw, I put mine in the fridge so that it could harden. And I'm just repeating the steps that I just explained with blue and all of the other colors I decided to make. To get the wrappers off of the crayons, you're going to want to cut them off. Make sure if you try this to be very careful if you are using a knife. Once it's cut, it should come off pretty easily, and then as you see here, I'm just repeating that with the blue and purple and of course the other colors I'm making. Once it has been hardened enough, then you can take it out of the straw. So I just used the end of a large plastic spoon to do that. After that, I put the wrapper on, and then you're going to want to cut the ends and then start to basically shape the front of it so that it actually looks like a crayon. And again, I'm just repeating this whole process for every color that I made for my crayons. I think the more that you make, obviously, the funner and cooler it is. And then you are finished, and what's super cool about this one is that whatever color you make the crayons with the chocolate, it will actually work and show up that color, which I just thought was super cool. To make this one, you will need first a glue stick, and then you will also need some marshmallow twists. And you are just going to start off by rolling up your glue stick all of the way Once you have it rolled up all the way, then you are going to cut the top off, and then you're just going to use a knife and try to pull out the insides. It really shouldn't be that hard. I honestly thought it was going to be a little bit harder for me because it was that easy. Before you put your marshmallows in the glue stick, make sure to clean it out really well because you don't want to be eating glue. And it is then as simple as placing the marshmallows inside the glue stick. This one is a super good one. If your teachers don't allow food in class, then you can sneak it in. You will need some mini marshmallows and some vegetable shortening, as well as icing sugar and a pencil. So you're just going to start by adding your marshmallows in a little dish, and then adding a little bit of water to it, not much, and then some icing sugar. You're basically just going to keep adding icing sugar until you get it so that the mixture isn't sticky anymore. And I just wanted to make a little bit of fondant since I was only using it for an eraser, but you guys, if you wanted to make a bigger batch, you could actually follow a recipe. After you have your mixture made, then you're going to want to take the original eraser out of the pencil. Once I took the eraser out, I moved on to start to shape the eraser. To do this, you will need to spread the vegetable shortening all over your hands as well as a mat so that the mixture doesn't stick. And then you will also need to put some icing sugar on the mat and then on your hands. And that's what you're just going to be working it in until you get the perfect consistency. Once you think that you have the perfect consistency and it's no longer sticky, then you can cut a piece off to start to get ready to make the eraser. You're going to want to roll the piece of fondant so that it starts to basically look like a worm, and then once it gets to the sizing that you think looks best, like the size of your eraser, then you can cut it down to size. After I cut it down to size, I started to just mold it a little bit better with my finger and then placed it inside the pencil. Once it was in the pencil, I molded it just a little bit more to look like an eraser. For this one, you will need some sugar sheets, which are edible decorating paper, and then you will also need some scissors, as well as some edible color markers, a ruler, and a hole puncher. So I'm just lining up my ruler with my paper so that I can make a 1-inch mark on the paper. Also, a side note, how cool is it that these edible markers exist? I'm also making another 1-inch mark at the other end and then using the ruler to make a line, also peep my head. After that, I'm going to go in with my blue marker and make marks at every centimeter. I'm doing this down the entire page of the paper, and then I'm also doing it on the other side so that my lines are straight. Once I have all of my centimeter markings made, then I go in with my ruler and make my line straight across. And once I am done, I then use my hole punch to make holes in the loose leaf, and that's it.
Is that a note I see?
Eat it, what? Eat it, just trust me, eat it.
And for this one, I am just using this notebook covering, and it also has a pocket in it to store stuff, which is the main part of this DIY, so it's very crucial that you have something like this. And then I'm also using some gummies and then a notebook, obviously. So I'm just starting off by opening up the plastic covering and putting the notebook inside of it. So basically for mine, there are these little pockets that you can put the notebook part in, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking each end of the notebook that I have and putting that inside of the plastic covering. Once I had my notebook in the plastic covering, then I opened up the pocket that the notebook has. Now I'm just cutting open a package of gummies, and you guys can use whatever type of gummies you want. I'm just using a kind that I really like. And then after that, you can start to put your gummies inside of your little notebook. So originally, I was not planning on arranging this in any particular way. I honestly was just going to randomly put these gummies all over this pocket. And then as I was doing it, I kind of went into a pattern, and then I really liked the way it looked. I thought it looked cool. So I continued to do that all the way down, and it ended up basically all the colors were going in a diagonal, which I thought actually looked really cool, and you guys can totally get creative with it too. Also, side note, definitely let me know what your guys' favorite kind of candy is, because gummies are probably mine.
So that is all for this week's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't checked out Bree's video, definitely do that. The link will be in the description. And you should definitely subscribe to both of us because we both have super awesome giveaways going on right now. And I think that is all. I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye!
I say nothing but bye. Dab on them haters.
This week is a collab with this one.
Please don't do that.